Imagine waking up one morning, reaching for your wallet, and realizing it no longer matters. Not because you lost it, not because you're broke, but because the government, quietly, legally, and completely, has taken away your ability to spend your own money without their permission. That day is not coming. It's already being built. And while most people are distracted by headlines, interest rates, and which celebrity said what, the financial architecture of your entire life is being redesigned. Without your vote, without your consent, and definitely without your knowledge. Stay with me for the next 15 minutes, because by the end of this, you will understand something that most people will spend the rest of their lives never figuring out. Let me ask you something. You think your money is yours, right? You work for it. You earn it. You save it. You spend it however you want. That's what freedom looks like. That's the story you were told since childhood. But here's the problem. That story is already halfway broken. And most people can't see it because the cage being built around them looks exactly like convenience. Think about the last time you used cash. Really think. When was it? For millions of people, it's been weeks, maybe months. You tap your phone. You swipe a card. You send money with an app. Everything is digital. Everything is tracked. Everything leaves a record. And you thought that was progress. But here's what nobody tells you about digital payments. Every single transaction you make, what you buy, where you buy it, when you buy it, how much you spend, is logged, stored, and accessible to people you have never met and never agreed to share that information with. You think that's the worst part? It gets worse. Because right now, governments across the world are not just watching your financial behavior. They are building a system that will control it. It's called a central bank digital currency, a CBDC, and it is the single most powerful tool for financial control ever created in human history. Here's what a central bank digital currency actually is. And I want you to really listen here, because this is where most explanations get lazy. People hear digital currency, and they think Bitcoin. They think crypto. They think decentralization and freedom and cutting out the middleman. That is the exact opposite of what a CBDC is. A CBDC is a digital version of a national currency, your dollar, your pound, your euro, issued directly by the central bank. Not a commercial bank. The central bank, the government's bank. And because it's digital, programmable code, it can be given rules. Think about that for a second. Programmable money. Money with built-in conditions. Right now, if someone hands you a $20 bill and says, spend it however you want, you can. There's nothing in that bill that stops you from buying what you choose, going where you choose, living how you choose. A programmable digital currency that can be coded to expire on a specific date, forcing you to spend it or lose it. No saving allowed. It can be restricted to certain categories. Maybe you can only spend it on approved goods. Maybe certain stores are blocked. Maybe certain types of content are off limits. It can be frozen instantly, with no court order, no warning, no appeal process. And nobody talks about this part. It can be tied to your behavior, your health records, your social media activity, your political donations, your location history. Step out of line in one area of your life, and your ability to buy groceries in another area of your life gets switched off. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not speculation. These are documented features being discussed openly by central banks and financial regulators right now. Let me break down exactly how this system works and why it is so dangerous, even if the people building it believe they have good intentions. First, understand the architecture. Traditional money works in layers. The central bank creates base money. Commercial banks distribute it. You receive it. And physical cash, that paper in your wallet, is a bearer instrument. Whoever holds it, owns it. It requires no permission, no infrastructure, no power grid, no network connection. CBDC removes that final layer of insulation between you and the government. With a CBDC, you don't hold money in a commercial bank account anymore. You hold it in a government-issued digital wallet. The government is the bank, and that changes everything. Right now, if your government doesn't like what you're doing, they need courts, warrants, lawyers, time, and legal process to interfere with your finances. With CBDC, it's a line of code. It takes seconds. Second, understand the implementation strategy. Nobody is going to announce that cash is banned tomorrow. That's not how this works. Here's what actually happens. Step 1. Cash becomes inconvenient. Fewer places accept it. ATMs get reduced. Businesses are encouraged. then required, to go cashless. This is already happening in multiple countries. Step 2. A digital currency gets introduced, but it's presented as optional, convenient, modern, forward-thinking. Early adopters get bonuses, incentives, special programs. Step 3. Gradually, cash-based transactions get taxed, limited, or flagged as suspicious. The friction increases until choosing cash feels like choosing to be a criminal. Step 4. Cash is phased out entirely, and the only money that exists is money the government can program, monitor, and control. Sound familiar? Because right now, we're somewhere between Step 1 and Step 2 in most Western economies. Third, understand the privacy destruction. Right now, you can walk into a store, buy something with cash, and nobody knows it happened. That single capability, anonymous transaction, is fundamental to human freedom. Throughout history, financial privacy has protected journalists, activists, abuse survivors, refugees, whistleblowers, and ordinary people who simply didn't want a government knowing their business. A CBDC eliminates that capability completely and permanently. Every single unit of digital currency is traceable from the moment it's created to the moment it's spent. There is no envelope of cash. There is no private transaction. There is only the ledger, and the government owns the ledger. But here's what nobody is talking about with the privacy angle. It's not just about stopping crime, because cash isn't primarily used by criminals. Study after study shows the overwhelming majority of cash transactions are completely ordinary. Lunch, a tip, a garage sale, a birthday gift. The real power of eliminating cash isn't catching criminals. It's making everyone behave as if they're being watched. Because when people know every transaction is recorded and analyzed, they self-censor. They self-regulate. They stop buying things that might look suspicious. They stop donating to causes that might draw attention. They stop living freely. That's not safety. That's control. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but I don't do anything wrong. I have nothing to hide. Why should I care? I want to address this directly because it's one of the most dangerous ideas in modern thinking. The nothing to hide argument assumes two things. It assumes the rules are always just, and it assumes the people in power are always trustworthy. History disagrees with both assumptions, loudly. Think about this. There are things you do right now that are completely legal today. Your political beliefs, your religious practices, what you eat, what you read, what you watch, where you travel. None of those things are crimes today. But in a world where money is programmable, those things could become expensive tomorrow. Carbon footprint limits could be enforced financially. Buy too much meat, your food spending gets capped. Political donations could trigger automatic financial review. Support the wrong candidate, your account gets flagged. Religious organizations could be designated as extreme. Attend the wrong services, your digital wallet gets restricted. This is not imagination. These are the natural endpoints of a programmable financial system used by governments that face no real accountability. And here's the thing that makes this particularly dangerous. Once it's built, it can never be unbuilt. Cash, once eliminated, does not come back. The infrastructure is gone. The habit is gone. The merchant acceptance is gone. The printing capability is reduced. You don't reverse a cashless society. This is a one-way door. And right now, most people are sleepwalking toward it. But here's where I need to stop and introduce something that makes all of this even more complicated. Because there's another technology running parallel to CBDCs that most people have completely misunderstood. And it changes your options significantly. Here's what you actually need to understand and what you can actually do. The first move is awareness. Not paranoia. Awareness. Most people who lose their financial freedom will lose it gradually, not in a single dramatic moment. They'll accept each individual step because each step seems small, reasonable, even helpful. Tap to pay, convenient. Link your bank account, easier. Replace your wallet with an app. Why carry cards? Go fully digital. The government gave you a bonus. Each step is a small trade. Convenience for freedom. And by the time the full picture is visible, the trades have already been made. So the first thing you protect is your awareness of the direction of travel. Not just the individual steps, but where they're heading. The second move is cash preservation habits. Cash is not dead yet. In most countries, it remains legal tender. And using it regularly is not paranoid. It's the exercise of a right. Every cash transaction you make maintains an ecosystem that protects your privacy. Every business that accepts cash keeps a door open that CBDCs would try to close. The habit of using cash is itself a form of resistance because it maintains the infrastructure and social acceptance of anonymous transactions. The third move is understanding decentralized alternatives. Now, and I want to be careful here because this space is full of noise. Not all crypto is equal. Not all crypto is safe. Not all crypto is private. But the underlying technology of decentralized, peer-to-peer, non-government controlled digital currency was built specifically in response to the problem we're discussing today. The difference between a government CB and a truly decentralized currency is the difference between a government ID card and a private diary. One is issued by authority and controlled by authority. The other belongs only to you. You don't need to become a crypto expert. But understanding the conceptual difference between centralized digital currency, which gives government power over your money, and decentralized alternatives, which remove that power, is fundamental to navigating the world that's being built right now. The fourth move, and this one is underestimated, is political engagement on financial privacy. Most people don't know that their elected representatives are currently being lobbied hard by banking institutions and government agencies to approve CBDC frameworks. Most people don't know that financial privacy legislation is being crafted right now, in many cases with almost zero public scrutiny. The architecture of the future financial system is being decided in rooms most people don't know exist, and it will be very difficult to change once it's decided. Your awareness, your voice, your vote, these matter more on this issue than on almost any other, because the window for meaningful resistance is open right now, and it will not stay open forever. Let me bring this home. Freedom, real freedom, has always had a financial dimension. The ability to buy, sell, save, and trade without surveillance, without permission, without restriction. That is not a luxury. It is the foundation beneath every other freedom you think you have. Freedom of speech means nothing if speaking the wrong opinion gets your wallet frozen. Freedom of religion means nothing if attending the wrong services gets your spending tracked. Freedom of movement means nothing if traveling to the wrong place flags your account. The financial layer is the infrastructure of freedom. And right now, that infrastructure is being quietly, systematically, and deliberately dismantled, piece by piece, and replaced with something that is faster, smoother, more convenient, and completely controlled. You're not powerless in this, but you have to be awake to it. You have to understand what is being built. You have to recognize each step as it happens. You have to make deliberate choices about how you pay, about what you accept, about what you demand from the people who represent you. The people building CBDCs are not necessarily evil. Some of them genuinely believe they're building a better, more efficient financial system. But the road to a surveillance economy is paved with efficient intentions. And the question you need to ask, the question that should drive everything, is not, is this convenient? The question is, who has the power? Because in the financial system being built right now, that power is moving away from you. And once it's gone, it is very, very hard to get back. If this video made you think, made you question something you'd accepted without examination, then share it. Not because I need the views, but because the people in your life who need to hear this are the ones who will never go looking for it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them. This is a conversation, and the more voices in it, the harder it is to ignore. I'll see you in the next one.